Hola, 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 hola. Happy Saturday. How did you celebrate International Women's Day yesterday? Did you even know it was International Women's Day? Well, now you know, and it's time to bring it on into the weekend. It's every day. Every day is International Women's Day. That's what I want to say about that. And how are you going to celebrate? Is there anything to celebrate? Come on. I'm sure you could think about something to celebrate about. There's got to be something that you did that you're proud of, an accomplishment, a blessing, something you're grateful for. Well, if you haven't thought about it, now is the time. Why don't you grab a pen and paper or open your phone, write some notes, and write down the things that you love about yourself. Write the things that you're grateful for. Write the things you accomplished and that you overcame. It doesn't matter how big or how small, we get to celebrate. You need to celebrate that. Celebrate being you and in the little things that make you great. Oftentimes, I feel for me and my experience of people around me is that we focus mostly on what isn't working. It's like we have a scarcity mindset. We don't have what the problem is. It's not going to work. Well, I'm going to fail, or I did fail. And then we're like, well, we must suck. We must not be good enough. Does that sound like you? Hi, I'm Margarita Rose. And I know, my friends, if you're anything like me, it's a struggle. And when you actually feel like you accomplished something, it almost feels like the world comes down at you. Like, nah, you can't have happiness. No, shame on you. Shame on you. You can't do that. Does that feel like you? Does that feel like your life? Well, listen, I want to invite you in shifting your perspective. It takes a choice. Just shifting your perspective. Choosing the better serving story. Why don't we do that already? Well, my friend, ask yourself that. Why don't you do that? Have you asked yourself the question, what do you want? What do I want? Have you asked yourself that? Do you know what your vision is for life? For your life, for you? Like, what do you want? Who are you? Do you even know your identity anymore? Have you lost yourself somewhere along the line, people pleasing? Or making decisions because you want to look good? So you say or don't say something. Or you do or don't do something because you want to look good. Or you don't want to fail, so you don't try it. Or you have to do it perfect. So if you don't think you can do it perfect, why you're not going to try? Like, what version of unworthiness are you playing out in your life? It's the same story, my friends. It's just a different way of getting to it. But the bottom line is that you stop loving yourself. Why? Is it true that you're not worthy? Is it true that you don't matter? Is it really true that you're not enough? Do yourself a favor. Ask the people in your life to tell you what they like about you. And do yourself a favor. Believe it. Do yourself a favor and believe it. Think of somebody you admire. Think of somebody that you look up to in the world. Alive, dead, friendly, you know, celebrity, whomever. And then think of somebody that triggers you, that you don't know why, they just bug you, they bother you. And there's something about them that you're like, ugh. Write those qualities down for both people, the people that you admire and the people that bother you. And look at that list. That, my friend, that's a mirror to who you are. If you spot it, you got it. You know, because it takes one to know one. And so I invite you to get curious. How is life unfolding for you? Are you choosing the better serving story, the lesson, looking at the pattern, looking at what's not working and shifting and choosing you. Because if you don't choose you first, you can't give to anybody. Life, there's a law of reciprocity. As within, so without. As above, so below. So if you want love, guess what, my friends? You get to be love. And you get to love yourself first. If you want connection, you get to be connected. And you get to connect to yourself first. If you want abundance, you get to go inward and get intimate. And so intimate that it creates expansion. And that's where your abundance gets unlocked, my friends. If you want prosperity, you tell yourself you are worthy. And you stop looking for validation of your worth outside of yourself. And start believing in your own value. And the only way to do that is to be in integrity with yourself. Integrity isn't just keeping your word. It's always aligning your decisions and your choices with your values. And holding your values to a high standard. And that means loving yourself enough to be a yes to you. Be a yes to you. On International Women's Day. Be a yes to you on a Sunday. Be a yes to you on any day that ends in Y. Why? Because you matter. Because you're worth it. And you're enough. Because you matter. Because you're worth it. And you're enough. Because you matter. Because you're worth it. You're enough. Say that in the mirror. I deserve love. I am love. I love you. One of the things that I started doing, and I have it actually written in my mirror in dry erase marker, it says, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I repeat that. And I repeat that to myself. And I really go in and just forgive the pain. Forgive the trauma. Forgive the story. Forgive the version of me that has been put in a box, hiding, protecting, afraid to get hurt, afraid to be seen, afraid to be judged. But I'm in a place where it's like, you know, people and how they feel about me and the judgment and the criticism that they say about me really is just a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And there's power in knowing that, guys. There's power in knowing that and believing that and truly embodying that knowing. I'm gonna host a workshop. Date is still to be determined, but if you're ready to step into your integrity and your value and your worth and your power and unlocking your abundance and prosperity once and for all, it takes work. It's not a one and done. You are gonna fail. You are gonna fail, and you are gonna fail. But there are all ways that you get to learn you are learning that are ways that did not work, and you get to refine that message. You get better and you get better. It's like when you're learning how to ride a bike, or you're learning to knit, or learning to play piano, or learning to dance. Practice, 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 my friends. Life is practice. But get off of the sidelines. Because even though you're practicing, life is now. Choose you. Choose love. Choose life. Choose joy. It's a choice. Make it. If you want to know more, reach out, comment me, like, share. Let's rise one another up finally, and all rise to our radiance and ignite our power and our passion and unleash our abundance and prosperity and confidence. Power. Woohoo! Let's do this! Oh my God, I'm so excited. Come on. What are you waiting for? Another day. Before you know it, it'll be a decade. Before you know it, it'll be 2 and 3. And you're going to be like, shit. I've still been waiting to be enough. I've still been waiting to know it all. I've still been waiting to be an expert. I've still been waiting. It's already in you. Lean in. The only way to lean in is to know and go in and ask yourself the question, what do you want? Who are you? And if you can't remember, go back to when you were 0 to 8 years old. What did that little person want? That inner child version of you want? Write it down. Journal, read it back, 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 write it down. Journal, read it back. Let's go, baby. And if you get pissed, if you get hurt, if you get angry, shake it off. Dance it. Put some music. Do something to shake it off. Do energy work. Hold your power, personal power. Keep it. It's a choice. Anytime you're sad, mad, angry, happy, like overly happy, you're giving away your personal power, like the monks do. They say that they're the eye of the storm, the calm of the storm. And if you really allow your emotional fluctuations to be determined from an exterior perspective, you know, like experiences, the things that happen, you're not in control of your personal power. That's one way to look at it. And that's one way to embody it. And another way to have the awareness, am I choosing the victim story or the victor of the story? Right? There's always a lesson, something that happened that was unfortunate, but there was something there that allowed you to grow, and an awareness. There is. And if you haven't found it, look. Have you looked? I'm curious. All right, so it's time to get curious. Stop the judgment. Stop the criticism that we have for ourselves and the world. We're all, the more that we come out and share our story, the more you're going to be like, shit, that's just like me. She's speaking my story. She's speaking my language. That girl. How's she know me? Yeah, baby. We're all the same. We're all one. We're all mirrors to one another. We're all here to really rise up the vibration and frequency of the world and live in harmony. Unity. Stop lone wolfing. Stop rejecting yourself. Every time you reject someone or something, you reject yourself, a part of you. How's that for apples? All right? I can keep going and going. But the idea is that nobody has the attention to listen longer than 30 seconds is what they say. But I want to say I call bullshit. There are people out there that really care and want and are ready to listen and ready to make a change and are just not being led and feel alone and feel scared, wanting to be seen and heard, but afraid to be judged, criticized because of the trolls and the haters out there. But all the haters out there, I say, I love you too. And if you're hating, I just want to know, what part of you are you hating? What part of you are you rejecting? Why are you so mean to yourself by creating so much of that energy for yourself? So I just would love to see everybody rise up for whatever reason that they get to, right, and want to. And there's a lot of other more heavy things happening in the world than us being critical and then blaming everybody for the way that we feel and the way that we are. When the truth is, you have a choice to show up in your truth. Whatever truth that's going to be. If your truth is your story, if your truth is your victim, and you don't understand, I got abandoned. Yeah, me too. You don't understand, I got abused. Yeah, me too. You don't understand, I got sexually assaulted. Yeah, me too. You don't understand,